Is it possible that someone controlled Jungkook's Weverse account while he was serving in the military? This question piqued the curiosity of many BTS fans around the world. Recently, the issue was raised after some activity on Jungkook's account on Weverse was deemed unusual. Fans suspect that a mysterious woman is behind the management of the account. Who is he? Is this just a misunderstanding, or is there something bigger going on? When Jungkook, BTS's beloved magne, officially began his mandatory military service, ARMY was ready for the void that would be felt in the digital world. However, the opposite is true. Jungkook's presence in Weverse feels more real than expected. His activities on the platform, such as answering fan questions, posting short messages, and reacting to fan posts, continue despite his rigorous military training. I think he will really disappear for a while. But it turns out that he is still active, and that confused me, one fan said on social media. What draws attention is not only the activity that continues to run, but also the time and content of the upload. Some of the posts appeared at a time that was considered unnatural for a soldier who was undergoing a busy training schedule. One ARMY even noted, "How could he post at 3 a.m. South Korean time? Aren't they supposed to be resting or under close supervision at training camp?" This oddity sparked a wave of speculation, and one theory began to develop. Is it true that this is Jungkook, or someone else who manages his account during his absence? Fans who paid close attention to details began to uncover some confusing signs. Some of the replies given on Weverse have a language style that feels a little different from Jungkook's typical style. The words used are more formal, more controlled, and sometimes have a tone that doesn't align with Jungkook's laid-back personality that fans are familiar with. Normally, Jungkook likes to write in a casual tone, as if he is speaking directly to us. But this time, something was felt different, said a fan. Another gaffe is that the content of the upload sometimes feels too perfect. There are no typos, no typical Jungkook improvisations, and everything looks too planned. This made fans wonder, is this really him? Over time, this issue divided the ARMY community into two large camps. On the one hand, there are fans who believe that Jungkook may have been given special permission by the military to stay active on social media as a form of support to his fans. They see this as a testament to Jungkook's love and dedication to the ARMY, even in the midst of his busy schedule. However, on the other hand, there are skeptical fans. They question the authenticity of the activity and suspect that the account may have been managed by someone close to him, or even another individual who had access to Jungkook's personal account. If this is not Jungkook, then this is a huge betrayal of our trust as fans, one Twitter user said in an emotional tone. For some fans, the feeling of connecting with their idols through social media is something very personal. If it turns out that someone is pretending to be Jungkook, it can be a hard emotional blow to take. The digital presence of an idol is not just about uploads and comments. For fans, it is a form of virtual intimacy that they perceive as real. When fans greeted Jungkook on Weverse and received a reply, they believed that it was he who actually responded. If the truth behind this activity turns out to be different, the impact could be huge for the emotional relationship between Jungkook and ARMY. With speculation growing, one big question remains on everyone's mind. Who exactly was behind the scenes of Jungkook's Weverse account during his military service? Over time, Jungkook's account activity on Weverse began to show patterns that were hard for his loyal fans to ignore. Although the idol's physical existence has been limited due to a tight schedule of military training, his Weverse account still shows signs of life, which for some fans feels awkward. One of the most striking signals is the upload time, which often occurs in hours that are not possible for an active soldier in a training camp. Some uploads appear in the early hours of the morning, when most of the soldiers are usually resting. How could he possibly post at 2 a.m. in the middle of such a tight training schedule? Asked a fan on an online forum. In addition, the style of language and tone of the upload is also a matter of debate. Jungkook is known for his relaxed communication style, full of emojis, abbreviations, and even the occasional typo that adds to the impression of authenticity. However, in some recent uploads, the style has noticeably changed. His language is too formal, like he's not the one writing, said one Twitter user who diligently monitors Weverse. Jungkook usually speaks in a more casual and passionate style, but this feels too stiff. Not only uploads, replies to fan comments also sparked speculation. Some fans noted that there were replies that felt too perfect, as if they were carefully written to preserve a certain image. This is in contrast to the way Jungkook usually responds, which is known to be spontaneous and without much filter. For example, when a fan writes, "Appa, I miss you, how are you?" Jungkook's account hit back with the reply, "I'm fine." don't worry. Focus on your happiness. To some fans, this sounds like something Jungkook might say. For others, however, the reply was too formal and lacked the laid-back personality they were familiar with. In addition to the style of language, the timing of the interaction also raises big question marks. As a soldier undergoing military service, Jungkook most likely had a very tight schedule, ranging from physical training, daily duties, to limited rest time. However, uploads on Weverse sometimes appear at illogical times, such as early morning or even in the middle of a busy military training time. One fan wrote on social media, "I know they have a very busy training schedule, so how could he have time to reply to a fan's comment in the midst of such a rush?" For more observant fans, a certain pattern began to emerge. For example, some uploads often appear on certain days that coincide with other BTS content promotions, such as merchandise launches or updates to other members' concert schedules. This has led to speculation that the activity may be part of a marketing strategy planned by the agency. This is no coincidence. Whenever there's an upload, there's always something being promoted, said one fan on an online discussion forum. Is it really Jungkook or someone from the agency trying to keep this account active? Another evidence that adds to the suspicion is inconsistencies in the patterns of language used. On some of the posts, the writing style feels very similar to Jungkook. However, on other uploads, fans noted two noticeable changes in style. Sometimes there are emojis that he used to use, but in other uploads, there are none at all, said an ARMY active in Weverse. It's like two different people using the same account. With more and more signals inviting suspicion, one big question continues to haunt the ARMY community. Who exactly manages Jungkook's account at Weverse? But the ARMY can be a little relieved after an expert said that it was just a fake Weverse account created by someone. Shortly after, an expert tried to interact with the account, but the account disappeared and could no longer be found in the search column. In the world of K-pop, where the relationship between idols and fans is very close, authenticity is very important. However, along with the global popularity of BTS, including Jungkook, the threat of fake accounts is increasingly real. The recent issue of suspicious activity on Jungkook's Weverse account during his military service adds a new layer to this phenomenon. Not only did curiosity and speculation peak, but there was also a growing awareness among the ARMY that they needed to be wary of possible digital manipulation, be it fake accounts or unauthorized activity on official platforms. Fake accounts are nothing new in the entertainment world, especially for famous artists like Jungkook. However, with Jungkook's absence due to conscription, the chances for irresponsible parties to take advantage of this situation increased. Fake accounts may claim to be Jungkook or use his name and image to deceive fans. For ARMY, the relationship with Jungkook and the other BTS members is something special. However, it is important to always maintain common sense and be careful, especially in the digital age where manipulation is becoming increasingly sophisticated. ARMY must remember that Jungkook loves his fans very much and will not allow others to take advantage of their trust. If any activity is suspicious or too good to be true, always double-check. Remember that the protection of the community is a shared responsibility.